This is a new world. Politics, personalities, and culture from the Turkish-American perspective. In this episode, the News Roundtable, TCA in Mexico, and Turkish art, all in this episode of A New World.
Welcome once again to A New World, politics, personalities, and culture with a Turkish-American perspective. This week's episode will highlight key items in the news that affect members of the Turkish-American community. We will bring you commentary from experts in the fields of government relations and U.S.-Turkish relations, as well as a special segment regarding the TCA's recent trip to Mexico. A delegation from TCA was hosted by the Mexican Red Cross for a ceremony in recognition of a gift of ambulances to the Red Cross. My name is Michelle Crosby, and I will be your host for this week's episode. Before we get into the program, we want to highlight a few items in the news that are of crucial importance to the Turkish community here in the United States. In a joint press conference last week, Foreign Minister Ahmet Davutoglu said he was pleased with the progress made in recent meetings and said that it was a serious beginning that should be encouraged by the parties concerned. In the 1990s, ethnic Armenian separatists backed by Armenia occupied the Nagorno-Karabakh region of Azerbaijan, driving out its ethnic Azeri population in a war that killed thousands of people and created nearly 800,000 refugees. Armenia and Armenian separatists continue to occupy Karabakh and its adjacent Azeri territories, despite numerous UN resolutions demanding their withdrawal and the restoration of Azerbaijani's territorial integrity. A fragile ceasefire is in force, but a peace accord has never been signed. The recent talks took place during a European Union summit to launch a cooperation program in the region. Turkey was praised for its role in the resolution of the various conflicts in the region, including the Nagorno-Karabakh dispute, once again demonstrating the strategic importance of Turkey for the alliance. Some breaking news out of Washington, D.C. The Armenian National Committee of America, or ANCA, has admitted that it failed to register as a lobbying organization. The organization will now register as a lobbyist in Congress and has to abide by the heavy regulations faced by other lobbyists in order to avoid possible charges from the Department of Justice for violating lobbying and campaign regulations. The saga began in February of 2009, when the Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics filed complaints with the IRS, the Department of Justice, and Congress, urging the investigation into whether ANCA violated its status as a charitable organization, the Foreign Agents Registration Act, and the Lobbying Disclosure Act. The letters of complaint state that ANCA violated restrictions on charitable organizations by participating or intervening in any political campaign on behalf of or in opposition to any candidate for public office. The document goes on to state that the organization illegally participated in the endorsement of Barack Obama and Joe Biden during the U.S. presidential election, as well as other congressional candidates. The organization has also become synonymous with its heavy lobbying efforts in regards to the perennial congressional Armenian genocide resolutions and other legislation bearing on U.S.-Armenia, U.S.-Turkey, or U.S.-Azerbaijani relations. Legal experts believe that ANCA took immediate action to prevent additional penalties. If it is found to have intentionally evaded filing as a lobbying group, the organization and its officers could be liable for civil penalties of up to $200,000 and criminal penalties, including imprisonment of up to 5 years. The Turkish Coalition of America was honored for its humanitarian assistance. The TCA donated 2 ambulances to the people of Tabasco, Mexico, in the southeastern part of the country. At an event in Tabasco, Lincoln McCurdy, president of TCA, and William Gill of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus Institute addressed a crowd of over 300 people.
It is an honor and a pleasure as president of the Turkish Coalition of America to be with you here in Tabasco. We are here for the presentation of 2 ambulances to the Mexican Red Cross. In presenting these 2 ambulances the Turkish Coalition of America wants to honor two great Hispanic Americans. These two great Hispanic Americans are now serving in the U.S. Congress, and they are the Honorable Soliman Ortiz and the Honorable Silvestre Reyes.
In 1999, Turkey suffered a tremendous tragedy when an earthquake, 7.4 on the Richter scale, struck the northwest portion of that country. The earthquake lasted only a few moments, but left thousands dead. The international community, including Mexico, banded together and provided relief workers and much-needed supplies to help the people of Turkey back on its feet. In 2007, when the Mexican states of Tabasco and Chiapas were hammered by torrential rain and flooded large segments of the region, the Turkish Coalition of America saw the perfect opportunity to repay the generosity that was shown to their own countrymen. I am honored that the Turkish Coalition of America donated ambulances on behalf of Congressman Silvestre Reyes and me, Congressman Soliman Ortiz, to assist with the relief efforts in Mexico.
TCA was also honored by Mexican First Lady Margarita Zavala Calderon, wife of Mexican President Felipe Calderon, at an event in the Executive Mansion in Mexico City. The president of the Mexican Red Cross also thanked TCA. At a companion event on Capitol Hill in Washington, Congressman Ortiz said the event shows the bond between two peoples who share a common experience of destruction and hardship, but are willing to offer their services to help each other out. Ortiz stated, "I am proud to be a part of this partnership between Turkish Americans and the Mexican Red Cross, and this goodwill gesture will forever be a testament to that partnership." Mexico endured one of its worst national disasters in November of 2007, when the state of Tabasco was hit by a hurricane, causing massive flooding and the destruction of tens of thousands of homes and schools, as well as the state's crops. The flooding left over 1 million people homeless, and an estimated 1/3 of the victims were children. In hopes of a more immediate recovery in the future cases of need, 2 ambulances have been donated to the Mexican Red Cross by TCA as a gesture of friendship. The assistance was meant also to thank the Mexican people for their generosity following the earthquakes that hit Turkey in 1999. Mexico and its people also contributed to the saving aid and rescue resources which helped alleviate the suffering of those impacted by this earthquake. This gift from Turkish Americans to the people of Tabasco, Mexico, is a way of showing solidarity to victims of national disaster. Recently, there was an exhibition of sculpture and functional art in New York City. The Turkish Cultural Foundation was a sponsor of an exhibit displaying the Turkish sculpture. The foundation was the only non-gallery exhibitor at the event. Here are some scenes from the event.
One of the missions of the Turkish Cultural Foundation is to support Turkish artists and to support the promotion of Turkish art in the international arena and worldwide. In this sense, the Turkish Cultural Foundation has been supporting the participation of Turkish artists at the Sculpture Objects and Functional Art exhibition in New York and Chicago for the last 3 years. At this exhibition in New York, at this beautiful location, we are supporting 3 artists. We're exhibiting 3 artists in modern Turkish art who are sculptors, and we're very proud of having these wonderful artists here with us at this exhibition. As we're launching our New York exhibition, the Turkish Culture Foundation is getting ready also to host more Turkish artists at SOFA Chicago in fall of 2009.
Okay, Merhaba, my name is Eli Ginsberg. I'm a high school senior. I spent 5 weeks in Turkey at Camocava Fiki, the glass furnace. I myself work with hot glass and really enjoyed it. And Turkey is just a great place to learn art and such. And I really had a great time. A lot of inspiration in Istanbul, at Hagia Sophia, the Blue Mosque. And yeah, really love Turkey. It's a great place to go.
What is also very interesting about the Turkish Culture Foundation booth at SOFA is that the Turkish Culture Foundation is the only non-gallery exhibiting at this very preeminent show, and we're very proud of that. And it took us some convincing of SOFA to allow us in, but we believe we made a tremendous contribution to enhancing Turkish artists at this exhibition.